Hey guys, so let's talk about Trump's tax stuff. Um, One thing that gets me about the tax evasion and his supporters is that Trump talks about the police and the military a lot, but yet he spent what $750 out of like 10 years. It, that's probably one of the best comparisons between Trump and Hitler. People talk about fascists; they don't realize that fascism has a lot of corruption. Yeah, fascist regimes aren't like everything goes to you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of corruption in there too. There's a lot of because a fascist doesn't have experts around them. They don't want experts. A fascist has people who were used to be butlers and bartenders and dog walkers and stuff like that. People who are not experts who will not turn against them. They're not educated enough. They're yes men, and they'll let the fascists know if someone else is not going along with the company line. They want loyalty. They want allegiance, not people who are the best and the brightest. What I'm saying is, just like with Hitler, that Trump doesn't care about the police or the military. He just uses that, like he's talking about jobs, not mobs. This is that stuff. This is that stuff of ignorant people who don't even know what the protests are about, don't want to know, don't care. They just hear about protests going on and they're like, well, I want things to go back to normal. I'll vote for Donald Trump. This is what that is. This is more of those kind of things. Now, seeing that there weren't more people or Trump supporters who turned against Trump on this, it's a reminder to me. This is the difference between Trump and George Bush. Whereas George Bush was like, okay, I'm a Christian and I believe in God. And the liberals, the left, want to do things I don't morally agree with. But I'm a moral person. I can agree with them on certain things, but morally, I don't agree with homosexuality and things like that. That's not what the Trump base is. I think that's really the message I got that this isn't the Bush base. This is people who like the corruption, as long as it's their kind of corruption. And they like the idea that Trump does corrupt things and that they wish they could do the same. This is a much darker evolution of the conservative right that I don't think many people talk about. That you have people who just are like, look, I'm a fascist. What the guy say? 50 Hitlers, one for every state. That's yeah, like that is a very real thing out here. That's not as outlandish as you might think in the mindset of these bumpkins out here. And that they don't have a problem with this. They don't have a problem like the guy said he shoots them around Sixth Avenue. I believe that. I believe Trump could do that, and they probably would applaud him for. I believe that. Let me be clear. Yeah, I believe that. That's where we're at now. Um, this stuff should not surprise anybody. It gets me because Trump talking about if people talking about it's false, but he's made no libel lawsuits. There's no preparation for that. I don't believe Trump would take this sitting down if it wasn't some truth in it. Come on. I know who he is. I know what his type are. This is also another example of the fact that Trump is he's the president for the boomers. He's the president of a time gone by, an era gone by. He's out of touch with people today. His supporters are out of touch with people today. His supporters are people who don't like diversity, who don't like, the successes of the left, gay marriage. That's what he is, and it's interesting because Obama did so much beautiful stuff and brought in so many great people. Trump's got people like Brad Parscale, who's got arrested pulling a gun on his wife and acting like he's gonna commit suicide and having a standoff with the police. This is the people Trump has around him. There was a video with a guy with the armed militants at the border, and he was a former Trump cabinet individual. You know, so it never stops, and the hits keep coming. This is the kind of people the right wants. They want idiots. They want morons. They want maniacs. They want fanatics, and that's the kind of people running this country. I mean, it's terrifying to me knowing how much danger we all face with Trump behind the steering wheel. But I think there's the illusion being removed of what America was per se. There's that going on, and I support that wholeheartedly. There's a transition period. People understand that that America's done. That America's done. That this empire is on its way out, and this is just rantings and ravings of collapsing empire. Peace.